Hey folks, Vic here with your weekly trade video for Friday, May the 24th of 2024. In this video, I'm going to it's a little bit different than what I normally do. I'm going to show you a trade that is currently filled. Okay, and of course, Darko pointed this trade out well ahead of time in his pre-market analysis video so that our members could get into the trade if they so wished. But the main point of this video is to get you to see and to think about in real time how to manage a trade, or more properly, to state it differently or more properly, how you would manage this trade. Okay, because everybody's different. There's no right or wrong answer here, but I want you to look at it and I think you'll find it intriguing, and it'll be a great exercise for you to go through. I also have a request. I'd really like, I'm just trying to get you to get involved with it, that's all. But I'd really like you to post in the comments what you personally would do with this trade. And I'll talk more about different scenarios or different things you could consider doing in the video that's coming up. Okay, and that's it. Please remember to hit the like button if you like this video. We would greatly appreciate it. So let's take a look at the trade. Okay, so let's take a look at this trade. It's on the Aussie CAD pair, and Darko pointed this out in his PMA this last week. Let me show you. I'm going to show you a screenshot. Pardon me, I'll just not a screenshot. I froze the screen on his PMA video when he recorded this trade before it got filled. So you can see what he's showing here is that we're in this big consolidation, or just big wedge kind of coming in here right now, and he was showing how price has pushed up higher on the weekly chart in the upper right here. You see that? And he likes this level down here, but he was also watching this level in here, and you can see on the daily chart, over on the daily on the bottom left, you see this line right here. That's what this line is up here, and that's also hitting some tops in here, but a really good necklines in here. So you like those, and they match up really well with these 4 hour. This is a 4 hour in the bottom right here. So he's saying, hey, this is where he's going to buy. He's going to put a stop under here. Okay, so let's get rid of this, and let me minimize this, and I'll bring up the next. I took a screenshot of what his last PMA was, which was just today, Thursday. I'm in the Pacific time zone, and you can compare it. Remember he had the level on here on the daily chart. Look where it came down to. Here's the level he had. This was on the 4 hour chart, which is that same level, right? Remember the one on the weekly chart up here, right? Same level. Look where price came to. It came down and touched it perfectly like that, and it bounced. Now, what do you do now? This is a really important question, because right now, with the current environment, there's so much volatility. There's not a lot of follow-through sometimes with these, when trades set up like this. So you have to have a plan for how you handle everything, and you always have to have that plan, no matter what. Right now, Darko's recommending hands-on for all the trades. That means monitor the trades a little more closely, get the risk out quicker, etc. Because we just don't know right now. We've got some red flag news comes out right now, and it's so volatile. It's quite something. So ones that didn't used to cause a lot of movement now cause a lot of movement, and so on. So what he said is this, and here's my charts now, and I'm showing the same levels. Let me bring the 4 hour chart up here. Okay, so again, you can see this very strong weekly move last week. Okay, and we've got this price waving higher on the daily chart. We've got all this buying pressure going on here. So on the 4 hour chart, it came back to this level right here, and let me zoom it way in for you there, like that. Look where price spiked down into it, got you filled, and came up. What do you do now? So what he was showing in this screenshot was a few things, and I'll explain it here first. The initial stop was under here, okay? Because this is a swing trade, based on what's happening with the weekly chart. You can use your 4 hour chart for entry. And because this is a stop down here, and because price started to move and into these levels, he's saying at the very least, take the risk out of the trade and put it below this low. Okay, and we have specific places to place the stop, but it's well below this low right here. So now, if it goes down, you're not going to get stopped out down here. You're going to get stopped out up here somewhere for a reduced loss. That alone is a really good plan. What if you're more nervous about it? What if you want to be even more hands-on? What he said was, look for these levels in here. You can take some profit when these situations happen. Take some profit here, right? And move your stop so that below here, so that if it gets hit, you'll break even. It'll be a no loss trade. That's pretty good. Okay, that's really hands-on. and that's, if you're nervous about a trade or you're new and you just want to really preserve capital, which is always a good idea, that's a fine thing to do. That's okay. Nothing wrong with that. You can see it was resistance over here, support here, and it broke it, and now maybe resistance again. We don't know. And as I'm recording this, I don't know what's going to happen with this trade. So I'm just giving you some scenarios. So this is real time, and we're not going to go back and change anything. If it goes down, we get stopped out, and it's going to be either, like I say, a reduced loss, maybe a break even, or maybe a win. Maybe you take, because there's so many different ways to manage a trade, and there's no right or wrong. But you want to make sure that when you're doing this, you don't go for tiny little profits all the time and then big losses, because that won't work. Full losses and small profits won't work. So if you to get some profit here, a little bit of profit, that's fine, but you're going to want to have a much bigger move up. You want to really hold this to get a way more juice out of the lemon kind of thing, to make sure that you get a decent reward risk. So keep that in mind. But you also, at the same time, because of the environment we're in right now, you also want to be cognitive of the risk. So you could take it out, like you say, up into here, move your stop under here. You heard all the different scenarios. I won't bother going over them again. But so you've seen how the trade was filled, okay? And now, in real time, I want to make this video so you can see how it turns out, because we have no idea what's going to happen after I turn the recording off here, right? And this is, like I say, it's Thursday evening Pacific time while I'm recording this, okay? And please, I'd really like you to leave a comment and tell me, how would you personally manage this trade? What would you like? Are you the kind of person that would take a little bit of profit and move your stop so you can't lose? Would you take your profit and then move your stop to break even so you can, what would you do? Okay? And be honest with yourself, because by the time you see this video, price is going to probably have made a move up or down one way or another. It probably won't go flat, but we don't know. We'll see. We just have no idea, but probably it's going to make a move one way or another. So yeah, leave a comment and let me know how you would handle it. So I just wanted to record this trade before anything else happens with it, so that we could give you some ideas on enhancing your risk management skills. Super important part of trading, because after all is said and done, your job as a trader is to be an impeccable risk manager. And if you learn to do this well, believe me, you're ahead of the vast majority of traders. Make a huge difference in your trading. The great thing about Darko's service is that he gives our traders different options for how to handle a trade, and he shows them all in advance, of course, not after the fact. And that's a pretty big advantage if you're learning and you're trying to become a consistently profitable trader, as Darko has been every single year since he became our lead coach in November of 2017. What you have to do is be honest with yourself on how you're wired, what works best for you, and your unique personal makeup. Okay, we're all unique, and just have the mental tenacity to stick with it. All right, so let's leave it at that. Don't forget to leave a comment, and we hope you all have a great weekend. Take care.